What's up, everyone? I just wanted to take a second and let you know how much I appreciate all of our listeners and supporters of the podcast. If you enjoyed the content, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could take a second to like, subscribe, share, and review our podcast. It really helps us out in ranking to get the word out about the industry. Now here's a brand new episode of All Wrapped Up.
My dad said, no, it's a dumb idea. How am I going to make money applying stickers? My mom was like, okay, cool, I guess. But I just did it. I didn't really have anything to lose. So I just did it. And I already knew there was like a 9 out of 10 chance that it would fail. But I did it anyways. And we're now, soaring. We're reaping the benefits from it.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to All Wrapped Up Podcast. We'll be interviewing industry-leading rap companies to share tips, tricks, stories, and more. All right, so we'll go live now. We've got William Brice from Rap Legends. What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, just hanging in there.
Definitely.
Busy week already. It's Monday and it's busy.
Oh, tell me about it, my man. So the way we start off the podcast is I try to get an inside look into what type of projects you got going on for the week. Can you let us in a little bit?
Yeah, we just got done wrapping it's called a robo car made by Robo Race. It's an autonomous race car out of the UK. Crazy fenders, crazy parts everywhere. But yeah, we finished it. We finished it on Monday. There was a little bit of things we had to finish on it, but we finished the whole thing, and it was a very crazy car, very interesting car. We've never wrapped anything like it.
That's insane. That's the one on your Instagram, right? It really doesn't have fenders. It's almost like a wind tunnel, kind of in between the two wheels. Yeah,
it's part of the body. It's a weird car. You can't put a human inside of it, so it's just basically they control it with a remote control when they have to move it, on the ground. But yeah, it's a very crazy looking car and has so many crevices. I think I don't want to get the name wrong, but his name Nick from 360 Raps, I believe. Mm-hmm. Out in the UK, I contacted him to give me a few little pointers on what to expect, and he reached out because he worked for them previously out there. But he was a great help and what to look forward to.
Oh, that's great. So he's actually wrapped one overseas already?
Yeah, he's wrapped a few of them.
Wow.
And that's what's crazy about the rap industry is that people are literally helpful. Even competition that I have around me in the same, county and whatever, like for the most part, I get along with everybody, and I just feel like that's amazing. There's enough for everybody, and we do all get along, and it's cool to be together as one than to just try to be divided and step on each other's feet.
Right. No, I totally agree, brother. That's awesome. So what type of advice did he give you? Because that thing's really almost bubbly, round, like seam wise. What type of advice did he give you in wrapping it? Because did you color change it, or did you do like a colored graphic commercial kind of design?
It was a color change with overlays on top.
Nice.
But he just told me basically to have a lot of guys on hand to stretch it so we can lay it down all in one piece without, overstretching the film.
Right.
But yeah, and he also told me how much material he's going to use because it doesn't look like a big vehicle. It doesn't look like it'll need a lot of vinyl, but they wanted all of like the underneath of the inside of it to be wrapped and a lot of the inner parts you don't even really see. They wanted all of those wrapped. So we just made sure we wrapped everything and had enough film for it.
That's incredible. And how many hands on deck did you have for that?
That was a very busy week for us. So I had different guys come in that I knew and that helped me with various projects.
Yeah.
I believe I had around 4 or 5 different installers come in throughout the week to help me give me a hand. But it was very it's not really a hard car to wrap, but it's very tedious and has a lot of little parts for it.
Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes we overthink things when we're installing, or don't sit back and really acknowledge a lot of the body lines, because that's definitely not a car that you see every day either. So you really have to sit back, look at it, figure out how you're going to attack it prior, which is really cool. So was that a big project for you just this week alone?
That was mostly all of last week.
Okay.
But yeah, that took up most of the whole week. We had a few other various projects in between that. But yeah, that was basically the whole week. At the shop, we have right now a Mercedes G-Wagon, the 4x4 squared, that we're clearborn and matte. I mean, if you think vinyl wrapping a G-Wagon is hard, it's much more of a nightmare fully wrapping one of those with PPF. But we're basically done. I think we're finishing it up tomorrow, putting it back together, and then we also have a S550 that we're wrapping in KPMF's satin narrow, and the finish, the air release is perfect on that car. That vinyl is just very tacky, but it's a good color and it's a good finish.
Definitely, that sounds like a pretty good week coming up.
Well, and that's what we finished. Coming up, we have a McLaren 720S coming in. We're wrapping some Formula Drift cars. We're wrapping this weekend. I'm going to North California to do a fleet job. I think right now we're booked up for the next 2 months, I believe, something like that.
That's great, man. Good for you. And you do, and the thing is, you're very versatile as far as what you're doing. I mean, you're talking about a G-Wagon, you're talking about a drift car, and then you like talk about commercial. I mean, and then PPF. I mean, you guys basically do a lot of stuff. How many people are in your crew that do a little bit of everything? Like, do you have like a specific group of guys that only deal with PPF stuff, or do they do the vinyl wrap as well as PPF? So
I'll start with myself. My job is I do mostly anything vinyl. I'm very good with vinyl. That's my key point is vinyl installation. I also do design work, and I also do a lot of the customer service stuff. My other business partner, I have two business partners, Jerome and Cartier. Jerome, he handles basically any type of film. You could give him any film and he'll be able to install it. Window tint, safety glass, film. I mean, you could literally throw anything at him. He's been in the game for over 20 years, and he's ghost installed for plenty of other shops out there, and he's been stopping lately because now we're just focusing on ourselves and doing stuff for a lot of dealerships. Yeah, that's what he does. He also knows how to take apart cars, and he has a whole client base of himself. And Cartier, his main thing is getting sales. He knows how to take cars apart, so he's like our tech. He was the one that helped us get the Lamborghini. So yeah, we all play a heavy part into collaborating for the company. And then we have our new video guy. His name is Amaru. We're going to be launching a lot of YouTube stuff. We're in the talks with like a bunch of. I don't want to give out too much information, but we're in the talks with a bunch of content that you guys will be seeing soon.
Yeah, I mean your videos are dope. I've watched all of them.
The videos now that we have, they're not really where we want them to be, but our main thing was just to put it out, and over time you'll see the progress. So, like right now, I think I just invested like a little over $5,000 on some camera gear, and we're investing into it, and it's going to be better and better content. So each video you'll see, it'll look better and then better and better, and at some point it'll be better it'll be where I want it to be.
Oh, for sure. I can definitely tell from the previous video that I had watched up until your most recent one. You know, you incorporated the drone in there with videos of the Lambo, which we'll talk about. And the editing looks a lot smoother. I can definitely tell already you guys are definitely getting into it, and that's a new thing. I love when people in our industry are getting almost into creating like a commercial ad for their business, and it just looks so cool. Plus, you know, social media is free, man. You can't beat that, you know?
Yeah.
As far as advertising.
And another thing too with social media is if you have a platform, you're a much more powerful company. If you wrap a food truck for a company and you shout them out after, and they get a little bit of buzz because of that, you know, that's a bonus to them that if they got to wrap elsewhere, they wouldn't have gotten. But because they came to you and you shouted them out, you know, it's a win-win for both of us.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you on that. And it's the power of the reach. It's you posting that and then them posting you, which someone that might have a food truck be like, hey, where'd you get that wrap? Oh, check these people out. It snowballs down. It's incredible. The reach you can get now, and you might not even be in the same state or in the same location. It's just you can connect with those people now, which is great. And who else do you have working with you as well?
That's just basically us. It's basically an owner operated company. I do have other freelance workers that help me out every now and then. But for the most part, it's us installing everything.
Wow.
I mean, I'll say we install probably 80 to 90% of everything that gets pumped out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
With just three, you guys.
Yep. And it's crazy too, because people usually think that we're like a super, super big team or something. But I think with we're all pretty tech savvy with computers, and we're all young, so we're able to, I think, to be more flexible, be a little bit more agile than other companies out there. We just using the power of the internet and the power of Google Drive, the power of the power of what's given to us. A lot of it's for free that other companies are not used to. Or we don't really write anything on paper. We write everything digitally. If I do something, then all my other partners can see it when I upload it to like an online database.
Right. So do you guys have like a system you guys work with that you guys have created or bought into where you guys can see the location of a job, where you're at in production, when things get installed? Yeah,
we use mostly, I have an Excel sheet that I use that we share, but all that is in Google Drive. Google Drive is like a lifesaver. But from documents to spreadsheets, everything, it's all in Google Drive. And if we have a car, we have a to-do list. We can have it all on there. We're all looking at it. Right now we're doing a fleet job, so as soon as each unit is done, there's a list on who completed it, when it was completed. If there are any notes to it, maybe it's missing a unit number or anything, it's all listed on there in real time, and I have it on my phone, and I get updates and notes and comments, and I think that's how it's just so quick for us to be able to move. And we all use the same calendar, so we're moving stuff around constantly. And when I get up in the morning, I can see what exactly we have to do for the day. So we have a system. It's getting better and better over time. In the beginning, it was a mess, but little by little, we're getting used to it and getting better at it. And now we're at the point where we're trying to get more people involved to have full-time employees. We're trying to move a little bit away from doing everything ourselves.
Right. Yeah, because that takes time by itself. And how long did it take you to incorporate that when you first started getting into the industry? Was it something that like, hey, listen, we can't write anything down, papers get lost, things get shuffled around, we need to adapt to the new technology where you can use your tablet, you can use your phone, you can use a computer, and everything's intertwined? Was it something that you kind of just said, hey, listen, we need to adapt now? Or was it something down the line where you were just like, hey, too many things are getting messed up or paperwork's getting lost, we need to do this?
I would say it's from the beginning. From the beginning, I knew that I wanted to use technology. There's a lot of stuff out there that we could be using. So that was from the beginning, but it wasn't organized because I didn't really know. I didn't understand how the process worked from, receiving a vehicle, inspecting it. I didn't even inspect cars in the beginning. A lot of things I did not know. So I knew that I wanted to use this technology. I just didn't know how.
Right.
So we just, we used Google Drive from the beginning. And then little by little, I started creating, documents, even things like when we do window tint for a commercial building and they have different sizes, I can put in my spreadsheet in real time the sizes that I made like my own calculator on a spreadsheet, and it gives me the exact square footage and how much, and then I can punch in how much I want to charge per square foot, and I get a price instantly. I get the exact price, exact material loss, instantly without having to pay for anything. It's a calculator that I made for free on Google Drive.
Wow. That's insane. And you know how intricate it is in order to get somebody a quote, especially if you're bidding on a job, how quickly you need to get that done and out to get your quote out in order to get that job. Because sometimes I lost a job because of 5 minutes one time. I was so mad. It was a good job too, man. It's took me 5 minutes a little long to write an email, and they already had booked the job. Done. I lost it.
Our first big job was a fleet job. It was a gasoline tankers.
Yeah.
And we knew nothing about wrapping tankers. They asked us when we went up there, do you guys do fleet jobs? And we said, yeah, of course. Do this all the time. And they gave us a shot. So they gave us a deposit down. We went and we blew at least, at least like $3,000 worth of material. We just couldn't get it. The stuff was crumpling up. We were getting frustrated,
Mm-hmm.
but we finally did get it, and we were able to get that job. And I think it was like 36 tankers that we did for them at that time, and that was right before too when we almost had to close business down. It's just we didn't have any work, and thankfully, our front door, across the street from our shop, one of the guys there was a driver for that company, for United Oil, and he came in and let us know that they were looking for a wrapper at their location, and we got there. I think literally within 30 minutes. We drove so fast over there, and we got there. We gave them a quote. They told us what they were paying already. We gave them a quote, and we got it. I mean, it's crazy. We actually opened up. I opened up the shop without even knowing how to rap, which sounds crazy, sounds nuts. I figured, if I get a job, I can just hire somebody to do it or whatever. But
so you wanted to be a business owner in the industry. Mm-hmm. But manage the industry part of it, about it. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to do, because basically I had a job previously before that, and I was basically running the whole business. So I figured I can do the same thing with my own business. If I can do one job how I was doing at my old job, that'll last me a whole month. That's how I thought about it. So I figured I'm in my 20s. I think I was about 21, 22 at that time. My dad said, no, it was a dumb idea. How am I going to make money applying stickers? My mom was like, okay, cool, I guess. But I just did it. I didn't really have anything to lose. So I just did it. And I already knew there was like a 9 out of 10 chance that it would fail, but I did it anyways. And we're now, soaring. We're reaping the benefits from it.
Absolutely. And the hardest part is starting. 9 out of 10 times people fail because they never start, and you never know what's going to happen until you get into it. And no matter what you do, whether you're working for somebody or you're working for yourself, you're always going to have ups and downs. You just have to take that. It's just how you deal with it at the end. You know what I mean?
I mean, even now, we still have ups and downs, and we have dark times, and we have random things that never see the day of light. People think it's all pretty fun and games, but there are dark times, and there are crazy things that happen, or we might break apart, or just random things happen, and that's just part of business, and that's just you can't let that go. I mean, you can't let that get to you. It's part of business. It's going to happen no matter what.
Right, exactly. Take me back to what you were doing before you got into the industry. What was your life like? Who were you working for? What were you doing for yourself back then that triggered you into getting into the rap industry and wanted to be a business owner in the rap industry?
Basically, when I was 18, I basically had the decision of going to college or just getting a job. But I decided on both. So I went to college. At this point, I already knew how to design. I taught myself how to design on Photoshop and on Illustrator. So it was a screen print shop for fraternity and sororities. So we were just it was a small company. We started up. I think I was like the second employee there, and I worked there for 5 years, but after about like the third year, I was basically running the whole business. I was in charge of sales, screen printing myself, everything you could think of, I was handling other than the accounting. But basically everything else from the company, how they were getting money, was all coming through me. And the reason I left college right after one semester, and that is, now that I'm looking back, I think it's because I had a coworker at the time, and she had a degree in graphic design, and throughout the whole time, I was having to show her how to do things, or she didn't even know the difference between a raster image and a vector image, and that was just wild to me. And then even when I was in my first semester of school, they'd give you a project to do within 2 weeks, and I'd finish it in one day. And then the rest of the 2 weeks, I'll still have to come in, and I would be helping all the other kids how to design. So I figured at that point, for what I want to do, it's already kind of pointless.
Right.
Not that school is pointless. The school is very important. But in my case, in my scenario, it just didn't make sense to me at that time. So I dropped out. I pursued working there full time, got promoted, and I was there. I was comfortable. I bought a brand new car by myself. I had a brand new BMW by myself. I had a bunch of stuff that I was getting living comfortably, but I still wanted more. So I think at the fifth year, I kind of tried hard to get fired so I could get unemployment. And I don't know if I can even say this, but whatever.
I think we have the statutes of limitations. It's far enough behind.
Yeah, but I ended up getting fired. I collected unemployment for like 6 months. So within that time, that first month, I started my business, and I just told myself that I'll figure it out. But within that last year, I was working at my old job. I was also planning Rap Legends. I bought the domain name. I had business cards. I had a website. I didn't really have an official business plan, but I knew who all my competitors were. I knew what services we were going to offer. I mean, I knew what shop cars I wanted to get. Like, I had every little detail on how I wanted to do it. Not everything turned out how I thought, but I just knew that this is what I was going to do, and you know, it's what I did. I had a friend who's my business partner now, Cartier. He got his car wrapped by a local shop, and that's what kind of sparked it. There was a few different areas of where I could take the business. I could have started another screen print shop, but that business was oversaturated.
Right.
But what intrigued me about the vinyl wrap industry, you know, about the film industry, is that you could literally pick a niche market and just do that. You don't have to, you know, or you can pick all the markets and try to do all markets. But I just like rapping. I felt like it was a new market. I feel like people think it's really cool to watch, so you could monetize off having people just watch you do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very interesting thing, and we were young, and I felt like we could make it cool.
So basically, you saw somebody wrap a car, or saw a wrapped car, and that kind of sparked the interest, and
yeah, my business partner, he was gonna get his car plasti dipped, but then I told him, you know, I think there's a thing called like wrapping where you can wrap your car instead of plasti dip. I think plasti dip gets like overspray and stuff in your crevices, and he went to go check it out, got a quote, and ended up getting like a gold chrome brushed wrap, and it just looked amazing. I was like, wow, like it looks fake, and it was an eye opener because, you know, you're so used to following what society tells you to do, to have, you know, a regular black, a gray, a white car, a silver car. And then when you come out with a car that's like gold chrome, you know, you're going against what society thinks is normal, or, you know, what's okay. And, you know, I just think with life, you should be able to do, you know, whatever you want, whatever you want to express yourself, you should be able to do.
Yeah, have no regrets and not follow or go against the grain, more or less, which is good, because that's usually what gets you noticed, anyways.
It's probably why the reason we're talking now.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. So fast forward to 2015. You open up your doors. You know, you've got a business partner. You've got a plan. No business yet. So now you got an open shop. How big is your shop is it the same shop you're in now?
No, we're at a circus shop now, but yeah, it was like a 3,500 square foot building, and the building was amazing. I love that spot, but we had to let it go. But yeah, we were in there not knowing how to rap, and just hoping that, you know, some type of business will come in or we'll figure something out.
Right. And now you're in, so talk about a little bit of what your setup is now at your new location, how big it is, what you have for equipment.
Yeah, we're in Anaheim Hills. I had a printer and everything, but I sold it. I outsource everything right now. We're outsourcing everything because even our shop is like mid-construction. We were going to fix it all up, but we have some big plans now. We're going to move to a big major shop back into Long Beach. And cause that's where I'm from. I'm from Long Beach.
Nice.
But we're going to move back to Long Beach with a very, very big building. And we're just going to wait for that. That's probably going to happen towards the end of the year, but we're in talks right now of finalizing some stuff for that. Nice.
And then you're gonna be able to dump a little bit of money into that and hopefully get a production room and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's my plan. I want to have one whole just room for the printer, plotter, big cutting tables, and big, you know, all the bells and whistles, basically.
For sure. Yeah, that's the name of the game right there. So prior to you selling your printer, you were the only sole person designing all your commercial stuff or custom graphics then, huh?
I designed most of the graphics, but there are times where I just don't have time, or I don't have the creativity. I can't think of anything creative for the job.
Yeah.
You know, when the client tells you, "Oh, just come up with whatever," that's cool. That's not usually helpful.
Yeah.
So I have other guys that I know all over the world that I send out work to, and they'll give me some graphics back and go from there.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's always good. I mean, like you said before, you opening up a business, knowing your plan, knowing your market, knowing what you have to get done, and subbing out the rest isn't so much a bad idea at the end of the day, because you focus on what you're good at, and you hire the people that are good at different things, and and you make them do it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, for a printer, I feel like it's only smart to have if you have, nonstop work for that every single day. If you don't have nonstop work for that, I wouldn't recommend it, just because, those things waste ink like no tomorrow, and they'll have issues, they'll have printhead issues, and I'm willing to more do that when I have somebody who's going to be dedicated to that and have a climate control, a dust-free environment that's, it's all set up and good to go. Our current spot was kind of open to like the whole shop, and I just didn't like the setup. So I figured I'll just be patient, outsource it for now. I mean, I get a good pressure now on outsourcing anyways.
Right.
So if I can outsource it and get peace of mind knowing that it'll be done correctly and on time, then that's fine with me for now.
So let's talk about a lot of your services. I mean, like you had mentioned before, you can pick a lane, whether it's commercial wraps, whether it's color change, whether it's PPF, whatever the case may be. You actually chose a route to actually do a lot more than that. You got window tint, PPF, and all that good stuff, but you also do a lot of commercial as well as customization. Tell me why you chose doing so much, because as a business owner myself, doing so much and being good at so many things, some things like lack in not so much quality, but some things are better than others. Why did you choose everything? Because window tinting, it goes hand in hand, tedious as hell for sure. Why do you choose to do all those services?
At first, our main goal was just to do some color change stuff and some commercial stuff.
Yeah.
I was leaning more towards color changes, but then right after we did like our first commercial job, I realized that, commercial is the way to go. But then I also realized that people wouldn't really want to see on social media nothing but commercial jobs. Doing exotic cars and stuff like that is more interesting than doing commercial jobs. But commercial jobs are less strict with the detail of the install and the overall job. You can get away with more, and it's much faster pay. There's more pros to doing a commercial job, in my opinion, than doing like an exotic car or anything. But the reason we do all of them now is because of my business partner Jerome. He can do basically anything. He does it very, very well. I mean, to the highest quality. Even our clear job, I literally can bet anybody in our area that he can literally clear bra anything, at a higher quality than anybody around here. But that's really why we can really install anything, frost, window tint, any of that. And we know a lot of people too that can help us out if we ever need that extra hand.
Right. And
it does get hectic because having to deal with a lot of different having to keep stock of like window tint and like frost and which brands we want to use, and because usually a window tint company only does window tint, or they only do automotive, or they only do flat glass, or if you do vinyl, you only usually do color changes, or you stick to one little market. But we kind of ended up just doing everything. You come to us and we basically we'll get your wheels powder coated too. We can paint your calipers, and do everything for you at a very high quality, very high quality finish.
I love that. I mean, if you can definitely pull it off, for sure. My mind would be racked as far as like trying to line up, a window tinting job and a PPF job and a color change. I'm sure the Google application definitely comes in handy when you're managing those types of different jobs throughout the week. That's insane. How much in ratio, as far as you doing jobs mobily as compared to doing them in-house? How much, what's the ratio between the two? Are you doing a lot of your stuff in-house, or do you usually travel a lot?
We have a big contractor now for a company, and they have us traveling right now all over the West Coast. So I think all the way up to, I believe, like Oregon, all the way down, all the way to the side of, I think, New Mexico and Texas. And that's the only reason we bought our Sprinter van, is because we have to travel so far. We're traveling this week in the NorCal, but I think they have 36 locations, and we have to travel to each location at some point throughout this year to do a batch of them. But right now, I would say we probably do more mobile. I like to do stuff at our shop, but we definitely do more stuff. We definitely do more stuff mobile than we do in-house for now. But when we get our bigger shop, I want to be able to do even, whole semis and bring them into our shop and do them inside, and buses, and do all that inside, and not have to do mobile. Because mobile can get tricky, especially if you need to replace something, or,
right,
and you're so far away. It's hard, because even when we go to NorCal, if I'm doing 12 trucks, I have to bring graphics, for at least 15, 20, just in case some blow out or something doesn't fit, or maybe they gave me the wrong images of the truck, so maybe it's a different truck and it needs a different style. So I have to carry so many different things rather than if it just came into my shop.
Right. You got to carry extras of everything just in case.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yep. But I mean, I think that's one of our pros too as a company, is that we're very flexible. When we did that first fleet job, they had us installing in the middle of the night, because they didn't want the trucks out of service. So we come in, I think they'll bring the trucks in at 11 or 12, and by 6, 7 in the morning, they'll be done. We did some of them in the daytime. We did some of them in the nighttime too. But we did whatever we can to please them as a client. And ever since then, we're kind of been known as the company who does oil tankers, and that's all we've been doing. And I love those clients. Those tankers they're kind of hard, but they're kind of not hard to do at the same time.
I agree. Energy company, a lot of money in energy right now. Oil tankers, but the gas tank one, the ones that kind of look like a pill on the back.
Oh, yep.
Those ones are cool. I actually hooked up with a company locally that had an oil and gas fleet, and I actually wrapped a bunch of the gas tanks that they carry on the back of these semis at the location that they actually manufacture them at. It's one location that's here, it's about an hour away from Boston, and there's very few of them, to be honest with you, and there's nothing around them because they fill them up there as well. So like literally, if a gas tank was to blow up, it'd probably take a small town with it. You know what I mean? So it's like in the woods somewhere, kind of low key. And at first wrapping them, it was kind of tough. I'm like, wow, this thing's kind of like a pill. I don't know how it's going to work. But after taking a lot of good measurements, you can, seam it pretty good with panels and whatnot. It's really not that bad. It lays down really, really nice. But there's a lot of money in energy. A lot of money in energy. You had mentioned you had somewhat of an issue in the beginning. You lost a little bit of money because of material wasn't sticking. Can you tell me a little bit more about what had happened, what the problem was?
Yeah, well, at that point, I mean, keep in mind, we didn't even know how to wrap anything at that point. But we had the material laid up. I think these were, I want to say like 40-foot tankers.
Mm-hmm.
They had some 40-foot ones, and they had some like 20-foot tankers. And I think we started off with 20-foot ones, and we didn't know how to set up the vinyl to cover the whole side. So we were kind of trying different methods, and I also didn't know at that time that the vinyl is very forgiving. So even if it kind of bunches up, like at that point, I didn't know that you can rip it apart. I'm so used to like dealing with tape or something that once you stick it together, it's gone. But yeah, I didn't realize with vinyl you could, it can stick, it can mess up, and you can still pull it apart, heat it up, and it looks, back to brand new, and still apply it. So with that and getting frustrated, because I feel like we had so much pressure put on us, because we figured, okay, we just bought all this material. We had to buy every chrome for this job, and we already went over of what the deposit was. So if we failed at this, not only would we lose money, but we would also look bad with the company, and we're definitely out of business. We basically put every last penny we had into buying material costs. I think we even bought a plotter at that time. We didn't have a plotter. We bought a plotter. Didn't know how to use that, but we figured it out, and we just made it work. I mean, I just saw it as, I don't care. This has to work. We have to figure it out. There's nothing. I can't go back to to having a job. I have to make this work. So we made it work, and we went from there. I mean, it just had to happen.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing worse than feeling like this is your last straw. You know what I mean? That's going to make you push even harder and want to make that work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that truck, a fun fact, that fleet job we did is in the latest issue of Fellers. I think it's one of the last pages.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they put it on there. It's right next to like a few other companies. PDX actually tagged me in it, but yeah, the guy from PDX, and it's right next to what's his name? Kevin from New Orleans.
Kevin Kempf.
Yes, him. I think he's in that collage also.
That's awesome. Talk about the first job that you've done in the Fellers book.
Yeah, I met him at the Avery class over with Justin Pate, and very, very cool guy. He actually knew who we were because we ordered. I think we ordered probably at least over a dozen rolls of the same color.
Yeah.
So he knew who Rap Legends was already.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I mean, over time, I think we ordered over like 50 rolls of the same color, plus I don't know how many rolls of Avery Silver Chrome, but he definitely knew who we were after that.
That's cool. That's cool. The Avery Silver Chrome, dude. Like cutting that, how good is that when you cut it? I saw the job. You actually have a video of you wrapping it because it's a 2-layered piece. So you wrap the whole tank and then you put all the lettering. It's kind of like in a cursive, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the chrome. How good is that when you're cutting it? And are you laminating it?
It wasn't that bad. I know we didn't laminate it. We didn't laminate because I didn't even know what laminating was at that time.
Everything was so fresh for you guys.
Yeah, we just knew that company requested. They requested Avery Silver Chrome,
mm-hmm.
and they requested that Avery Carmine Red. So that's what we gave them. We didn't like the idea because I think there were some colors that were similar that were cheaper. Even there was cheaper chrome.
Right.
But I didn't really like the idea of cheating them out of what they requested. So we got exactly what they wanted. We made a little bit. We could have made a lot more money if we didn't, but I wasn't worried really too much about the money. I was worried more about just having that client with us.
Right.
And it cuts pretty fine. You know, I think you have to put a little bit more pressure, but it cuts fine. There was a few times though when the knife would get stuck or something like that, and we would have to like either cut it by hand with my knife very, very gently to finish the cut because there was no way I was scrapping that piece.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's an expensive piece. And I mean, anybody could have cheapened out and got the cheaper chrome, but that shit sucks. It's like It's only like 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and the trucks they've been on there since we basically started. I see them on now, but they're finally starting to remove them. They're having some guy remove them. So, I mean, it was cool to see them on the freeway. I basically every single time I get on the freeway, I'll see one.
Yeah.
Like a 90% I'll see one. So it'd be interesting even when I'm with like family or whoever. They're like, so what do you do? I don't really understand what you do. And then if I knew where I was hopping on the freeway, I'd tell them, okay, just give me a second. I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing, but just be patient with me. And yeah, we'll run into one on the freeway and we'll see one. But I mean, now, before it was like 90%, now it's like 100%. You'll see some of our work on the freeway. Like if you're in the SoCal area from the 405, 91, 710, I mean, you know those freeways, the 105, 105, 110. You'll see either a World Oil truck, United Oil truck, and there's a few other commercial like one-offs that we've done also that are out there that we see all the time. And it's also cool because they know who we are.
Yeah.
And they usually honk their horn when they see us, and it's just like, oh, it's so cool that, you know, our work is out there. And I also feel that I'm changing the environment around me. So, you know, it does give me a sense of, you know, confidence and feel like I am making a change as corny as that might sound, but it does feel good to see your work out there, definitely.
Yeah, it's not like a painting where it's stuck, on a wall in a location.
Hmm.
Very few
Yeah.
eyes will look at it. This is a mobile billboard where it's hundreds of thousands of eyeballs are looking at it every day, and for you to come across it must be humbling. I know when I see some of my work, even still traveling around, that I've done many, many years ago, I'm just like, damn, brings back all those memories, and
Hmm.
it feels good that you built something for that person and they're reaping the benefits for it too. Because at the end of the day, it's
Hmm.
advertising for them and it's generating money and income for them
Hmm.
as well.
And
So,
that's my whole idea too, is that if you have a client and they offer a business, I'll do whatever I can to increase their business, because if they made more money, then that means they're going to be quicker to come back to me to give me more business.
right.
And it's not also all about the business. I've made so many friends and built so many relationships from meeting people, and that alone is an awesome feeling to just know so many people, and even random things that, like, if I needed tickets to a basketball game or something, like, I know people because of this rap industry that I can get into somewhere, and I can have somebody help me get where I need to go if I need a favor. But it's definitely, if you do have clientele, I mean, do your part to increase their business. We have some dealerships that we deal with, and if we have a client who's interested in maybe getting a car, without them even blinking, I'll refer their information to one of the salespeople at the dealership, and they'll give them a call and take it from there. And if I'm able to get them business, then they know that I'm there to work for them too. I'm not here to just receive and receive. I'm here to help you too. I don't. If you give me work, then I'll give you some work. I'll try my best to give you some work also.
Yeah, it goes back to one hand washes the other. That's
Hmm.
definitely what it's all about. Because
Yep.
everybody wins in that scenario,
Hmm.
Now, you had mentioned too, driving down the highway and they seeing you. Let's talk a little bit about your mobile vehicle. This thing is sick.
Yeah, we bought a Sprinter van. At first, I was gonna we had a smaller van, but then right after we got that big contract job, I knew I was gonna have to travel to 36 locations with at least, 4 or 5, maybe even 6 men, even seven guys in the van to knock these jobs down with all our equipment. And I was at first going to get one of those contractor pickup trucks,
Yeah,
but there was no good way to store typographics from them being waterproof and from them being enclosed, like safely enclosed, and because those cabinets aren't watertight.
right.
And you know um a friend mentioned, maybe, what about a Sprinter van? And then I started researching the Sprinter van, and then I started seeing what you can do to them and how you can upfit the insides. And I added shelving, I added some custom seats. I'm about to put a TV inside and an Xbox. I put a roof rack where we have our scaffolding, and I'm actually sitting in it right now to talk to you. But yeah, it's like a little home, and
It-
it's very comfortable, and it also makes a presence. I think our clients feel more comfortable when we pull up to their job site and they see that we have, our big sprint, everything that we need to take care of their job. They feel, we're ready to go. We're not here to play any games. We're here to do this job, and we're here to take care of it as fast as possible for you.
yeah, definitely. And when you say, I've got roof racks, like you picture roof racks like the standard like aluminum ones or whatnot. Like this thing's like no joke. If anybody hasn't seen pictures of it, it's crazy. You've got the biggest Sprinter they have. It's a tall one.
Yep.
It's got what, the bigger wheelbase? The thing looks long in the pictures.
No, this one's a shorter wheelbase. I was going to get the longer wheelbase, but I wouldn't really have anywhere to park it, or we didn't really have that much parking space.
Yeah.
So I tried to keep that in mind, but I definitely wanted the longer wheelbase. It would have been so much cooler. I could do much more room back here to add more seats and add much more. I mean, but I could do the same with the smaller one. But I definitely wanted the longer wheelbase. But it is what it is. This smaller one works. I'll be driving it until Tesla comes out with the electric one.
Oh, jeez. You're insane. Well, going back to the roof racks, you've got a ladder on the side of this thing so you can climb up. Like, it's incredible. And then you've got these insane bumpers, these custom
Yep.
like steel bumpers. It literally looks like something you would see on like Doomsday. Like,
yeah, that's why I
legit.
put a big sticker on it that says like install response team.
Yeah, man.
And everybody finds it funny. But that bumper, yeah, it was made by a guy in Arkansas. It's a custom made bumper. I love it so much. It just adds so much personality to the van.
Oh my God, yeah. It looks so much more aggressive, and the wrap's unbelievable. Let's talk a little bit of what you used for material and how you came up with the design for it.
Yeah, for this one, I wanted to wrap it, as crazy as I possibly could. I already have new ideas for the next wrap for this car, but for this one, it's a red chrome. The whole car was wrapped in red chrome. Like, when I basically bought it, we wrapped it almost instantly. So I know the paint's gonna be perfect on it when we take it off. But red chrome, we put Vivid, that headlight material.
Yeah,
the transparent
stuff. Yeah.
We put that as the first layer of the graphic that we have on there. Then we put on top of that some satin black, and then on top of that we put some 3M psychedelic. So it's all a mixture of different layers, and it came up to be pretty cool.
It's really nice. It's really nice. It's just layer on top of layer, but it's so well put together, and it's so clean. Like I said, this thing just looks like something you would see out of Doomsday. Like, you got to hop in it and go,
Yeah, and it's simple. A lot of other shops I see, they try to put their logo like very big and try to list every single thing they do, but we have kind of like a secondary logo on it with the install response team, and then our logo and what we do just on the door, and it's fairly small compared to the whole van.
Yeah,
and I think it does its job. Even with all our cars, our main point is that we don't want there to be much text. We want it to be mostly, graphic. We want you to take in the graphic and look at what we did to the car, and then second, you see who we are, and then from there, you build your presence.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes less is more, right?
Do
you see how it works?
Yep.
So that's cool. Now going into like a crazy wrap. Let's talk about that Lambo you guys have for a shop car. Like, who's got a Lambo for a shop car? That's just crazy.
Yeah, it's something that surpassed anything that we ever thought. That Lambo, when we wrapped it, made us go viral instantly. Like, it surpassed anything that I even thought. Even till every single day now, I see it. I'll see a new picture with 30,000 likes and people commenting on it, either you're hating on it or loving on it. But either way, it's starting a conversation, and that's just, it's so cool to be able to see that you do something with your hands and it's causing conversation. So it's just crazy.
Right. How did you come up with the concept? Because that design's like I think it was designed by Cause, right? If people don't know Cause is a very famous kind of like old school graffiti guy too. I mean, he started off doing that and then got into more of the a lot of the stuff we see now, which is the caricature style guys with the X's on the eyes and the big hands like Mickey Mouse.
He started off doing the graffiti stuff, and now he's getting known for those statues that he does. He does big statues that it's usually like a sad wooden guy. But it's very, very cool art. I mean, I love all his artwork. He's very amazing. People usually ask me like, "Oh, so like you came up with the design?" Like, no, that design is not made by me at all. That design is made by Cause, who then collaborated with a Japanese clothing brand named Baby Nape for their Baby Milo brand, which is their toddler clothing. And it's an old print that nobody's used before. And the crazy story about that print is that hoodie that came out when I was way younger, and I wanted the hoodie, but I could never afford it. I think that hoodie was like $300 or something like that.
Yeah, crazy expensive clothing.
I couldn't even fathom spending that much money on a sweater. So I mean, to look back now and then we put it on a Lamborghini is just mind blowing.
Right. That's insane. And I'm sure you've thought about that numerous times probably as you're wrapping it. You're like, I remember that one time. That's insane. So how were you able to use the pattern, the design, the concept, everything on the Lambo? Did you have to reach out to anybody in order to get some type of rights?
No, I used Google. I don't have permission to use it, but the way I saw it was, if they ever contacted me to take it down, then I'll go ahead and take it down. It's not my artwork, but I figured, I'm kind of paying respect. I'm giving him all the credit that he deserves. I'm not trying to go out saying that as my artwork. That's his artwork. But yeah, I mean, I just figured, it's a love thing. We're not making money off of it, directly, I guess.
Right.
But
creating hype.
It's my appreciation. Yeah, it's my appreciation for his artwork, and if he would want me to take it down, or him, or Babe, or whoever, anybody who's tied to that, then I would. But we had it at the Babe store, and the owner of that Babe store saw it and he loved it. So I guess we're kind of okay. We're kind of in the clear.
Oh, for sure. Using it in front of the store, I mean, that must have brought him some good publicity as well.
Well, he had 2 G-Wagons wrapped in another big camo. It was an LA grand opening store. But yeah, we came there with the Lamborghini and the Panamera that we wrapped in Babe, and they loved it. So I guess we're okay.
That's cool. Now you had said you're taking it from Google, whatnot. Did you use the design that was on there? Was it already vectorized? Did you have to vectorize it?
No, I had to make I used the pattern tool in Illustrator to recreate it. But yeah, I created every single little one, and then once I had kind of like a decent amount of it created, I opened up the pattern tool, created a pattern for it, and when I took it from there, and it worked out. And when I first mocked it up, I showed my business partner, and he was like, I don't know, it's like, 50, it's okay, but
50-50.
But I had to tell him, just trust me, this is gonna go viral. Just trust me, like this is gonna be wild. Nobody's done this print on any car before. We're gonna be the first ones to ever do it. We did that, and then we also did the first chassis mounted spoiler on a Huracan, and yeah, it went viral after that.
Yeah, the chassis mounted spoilers. That's like the new thing. No back bumper. Just everything just all open.
Yeah, we designed that spoiler and had it made by our buddies over at Sadistic Ironworks. And
really?
We're now making only 10 of them. You can only get it through us, and then we'll have them make it, but you can only get through us. And right now, our buddy Alex Choi has the second one. Damon from Daily Driven Exotics has the third one, and we're working on the fourth one right now. But yeah, once we get to the 10th one, that's it for that spoiler.
No more.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, anybody that's driving a Lambo or Huracan, you know who to hit up for that spoiler. For sure.
Yeah.
Now, was that the first wrap you had done on the Lambo?
It was. The crazy story on that Lambo is that we bought it actually not even to have it as a shop car. We bought it because we had somebody, it was a celebrity. I'm not going to drop any names, but we had a celebrity who wanted to sublease it.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the Lambo. The person couldn't pay for it anymore after like 6 months, so we had to take it back. And we had somebody else lined up who could take the car and rent it out again. But we thought it would be really cool to have one as a shop car. So we decided to just, kind of keep it. It's very tempting. It's very tempting to just keep the car. So yeah, we decided to just keep the car and just make it work. We had extra funds at the time, so yeah, we said forget about it. We'll just keep it ourselves and we'll make this thing work. And we actually didn't wrap it for like at least I want to say almost a year. We didn't wrap it only because we didn't have time. We were wrapping stuff back to back, and you know how it is when you try to start wrapping your own thing. It just you get tired, you get over it. But we finally put our foot down and said, no, we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna wrap it like this. We're gonna do the wing. We Rotiform helped us out with the wheels. They sponsored us on the wheels, and we made something go viral. That's
insane. Not a lot of people can do that, though. And
it's definitely hard, and it's not easy, and that payment is not cheap.
Oh, I believe it. And and all the accessories too, man. That stuff don't come cheap either.
No, I mean we were helped out with the accessories and stuff, but either way, that car is not cheap to maintain and have. But it's we're able to make it work, so we're happy with that. So,
And it's not only just a shop car. I mean, you guys travel with this thing around. You guys tow it to different shows. Just this weekend, you guys were at it was a race show, a drift show over the weekend?
Formula Drift. Yeah. Our buddy, we were at Kyle Mohan's car, and we were actually going to just go park it downstairs, but then they wanted to display it in their little pit, so we put it in there, and it actually ended up working out for them because everybody was saying, "Oh, the Lambo's in the pit over there," look. And then it was just a big line, and we were giving out stickers, and people were just going crazy over it. Especially, it's a big winner with women and with kids. They just go crazy when they see it.
Yeah, it just looks like a toy car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think indirectly, it's showing a kid that you can literally do whatever you want when you get older. Like, don't let people tell you that you have to do things a certain way or follow these rules. Like, no, you can literally do whatever you want. As cheesy, as cliche as that sounds, you can literally do whatever you want. Just find something that you like to do and do it well. Be proud of what you do. No matter, even if you're working a job, just do it. If you do your job very well, even if it's a regular job, you will get far in life. I promise you that.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? Like, when you're younger and everyone kind of gives you advice and you're younger and you're dumb and you don't listen and you just do your own thing anyways. And then you hit 30 and you're like, damn, I should have taken that advice. And it kind of just all hits you at once. It's like, man, I really should have listened to this person, or this person said a few things.
Yeah.
I should have took that into consideration. And you can't instill too much. They're going to figure it out in their own regardless.
Yeah.
But it's so funny when you get to like 32, 35, 40 even, and you're just like, damn, I could have done a lot more with myself if I had just stuck with it or did what I wanted to do 110% and be more happy. And the biggest thing when you get to that point is it's never too late. You're never too late. There's people who strive in business that are in their 50s and, better late than never. You don't want to sit there on your deathbed and regret anything you've done or didn't do.
Yep.
That's a big thing. You know what I mean? For me, at least. Do you have any inspirational people in your life or people you either listen to or read books that, are motivational people for you at being now a business owner?
Yeah, it would be Elon Musk and Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
those are two of my favorite. I also like Gary Vee. I like Gary Vee a lot. But mostly, you could call me a Elon Musk fanboy. I'm a fanboy. But I just appreciate everything that he does, and I really like the whole movement. I really feel like he's a genuine person. He does business not just only to create money, but to actually, to be a positive, to do something for the world. And I appreciate that. I feel some businesses get too greedy. It's not all about the money sometimes. Sometimes it's fun to do things for the better of people. But yeah, I really get inspired by Elon Musk and Mark Cuban. I just get a lot of cool pointers from him.
Yeah, I love watching Shark Tank and seeing his point of view and things.
Yeah, I mean one thing that I learned from him that I did when I first started the business, because I accumulated a lot of debt and I wanted to start investing, and he was like, no, the first thing you do before you start investing is you pay off your debt. You're on your credit card, you're paying over 20% interest. If you've been investing in stocks, you're going to get at least, best case scenario, a 10% increase in return.
Right.
So you're better off paying off your debt and then investing. So when he said that, I took that to heart, and I pursued that, and I did that. And, I'm just, I didn't really, even when I'm starting my whole business now, I never really had a personal business person to help me with. I kind of just figured I'm going to have mistakes. I'm going to screw things up, whatever. I'm going to pay things late. I'm going to, whatever issues are, I know they're going to happen. I'll learn from them, and they won't happen again. As long as they won't happen again after you screw up the first time, you should be fine.
Well, it's key points in that. I mean, no matter what, even the big guys and women in the industry, you know, they've been doing it for years and they still mess up. You know what I mean? Things happen.
Today you can look on the news. Mark Zuckerberg is in Congress because he screwed up.
Right.
You know, you're going to screw up no matter what. No matter what, you're going to screw up because there's so many different variables, and it's just humanly impossible to stop those from happening. They're going to happen.
Right. We're only human.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely going to happen. And I like that. And, you know, even just going back on you being a business owner, just going from running a screen printing shop and learning from their mistakes and managing that to, you know, now having your own, you know, 9-to-5 job, whatever the case may be. You learned a lot from that, and you brought that into your new business, and you probably told yourself, I'm not going to do this because that's what they did and they messed it all up. So you learned a lot even from there, brought it into your business, and still learned more, you know, with things going wrong or clients, you know, being whatever, as we all know, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I learned the most from working at my old job was to just be a kind person. Just whether you're working with them, whether they're an employee, whether they're the janitor, whoever they are, just be a good person. You know, my old boss was just an asshole. Am I allowed to cuss on here?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. We always cuss on here.
He was really a dick, and it used to really irritate me when he used to just talk to people like they were nothing. And I told myself that when I become a business owner, you know, everybody should feel important. Everybody should be treated equally, and you know, there shouldn't be a tolerance to treat people, you know, bad or, you know, just not good. You know, it's not fair, and people deserve the right to be treated correctly.
Yeah, I totally agree. And you had said this earlier too, which I wrote down as a side note, the part about giving back to people and looking at it not so much as a money thing. Like, yeah, the money, yeah, we all have to pay bills. We all get that, no matter what.
Yeah.
But when you flip your mindset to where you help a community or you help the environment or you help a good person out, you know, that weight in gold is worth more than $100 bill because that could turn into something a lot larger. Maybe not now, maybe not later, but when you're down and out, something's going to fall in your lap. Because that definitely. I'm a wicked big person and believer in karma and doing good for other people. You might help someone out and say, hey, you know what? Don't even worry about that. I helped you out. No, I'm not going to charge you. Don't worry about it. A couple days later, you get a phone call. You got like a $3,000 job. Well, where did that come from? Just a cold call? And then just all of a sudden got a job? Things happen. You put good energy out, you get good energy in. And when you take that mindset of money out of the equation and you look at things differently, man, your world will flip. I guarantee you. I mean, it's a huge thing. I'm a very big Andy Friselis podcast listener. I listen to his podcasts. They're, you know, usually like 20 minutes long, sometimes shorter, sometimes longer when he has interviews, but he talks a lot about that and how even about his business when he was talking about opening up so many stores with these products for nutrition, and he was making money and getting by, but at the same time not growing. When he flipped the switch to where now he wants to help people and build a brand, and really get people healthy, that's when he reaped the benefits. That was worth more to him than anything. Now, I think he said within the next 2 years, the business is gonna grow to a $1 billion business. Like, Come on, dude. He's already $1 million business. He's talking about turning it into $1 billion business. It's like,
Yeah.
that's insane. That's,
Yeah.
and I think if everybody thought that way, the world and people would be better, I think.
Yeah. I mean, because I've noticed that a lot of companies, they penny pinch to the maximum where it doesn't even matter sometimes. Like, there's times where I have a new client and they need something done so fast and last minute, and we'll get it done and not even charge them.
Yeah.
Just so they can see that, you know, we're here to work. We're here to have a relationship with you. It's not just about this first job. We want to build the actual relationship with you. We want to grow with you. We want to help you grow. We want you to help us grow. And it's just a mutual understanding. And even with our vendors, if we have a vendor who, our printer the other day, he busted his ass to print out a job that I needed the same day, and he had to stay extra. And as a joke, he was like, yeah, just grab me a beer. And then I came to the shop with a 6-pack, and he was like, what? Like, you actually grabbed me a six? I don't think I ever received a gift from any of the customers, but, you know, it's literally the little thing. So now, you know, you build that relationship with that person, and, you know, if you ever need anything or you know, they'll be more than happy to help you out. Even if you're stressing them out or whatever, they'll be more than happy to do it without dragging their feet.
Yeah.
And it's just, it is. And karma is not even like a spiritual thing or a hoopty crazy thing. That's just a simple math equation. You know, you do good and good will come back to you. That's not anything weird or anything wicked to, you know, it's just simple math. If I do good to somebody, then he's gonna want to do good back. If I do something bad to somebody or do a bad business deal with somebody, you think he's gonna recommend me to anybody else, even if he has a job in front of him? Right. No. But if I do something good for him, he'll try his hardest to send some work to me. And even things like when we're at a car show and the kid's going crazy over the car and even having a sticker, and then we tell him, you want to start the car up and rev it a little bit, and their head just explodes. But we see that as like, okay, maybe 20 years from now, if we're hopefully still in business and you want to wrap your car, you'll come to us because we're the first brand wrap company that was engraved into your brain. And you know, just things like that. You know, we want to be a brand that people love. We don't want it to be a brand of, but even we have a Lamborghini, but you'd probably never think that we own a Lamborghini. We don't carry ourselves as like a general Lamborghini car owner, I guess, if you could say. To us, it's just a car. It's a cool car. We're so happy to have it. We're so grateful to have it. But, you know, people can touch the car and feel on it. You know, you can, if you ask us, we'll let you sit inside of it. You know, it's not a big deal to us. We just want to create an environment around us that is just all good and happy. We don't want any negative energy around us. Yeah,
you kind of use the car as like a tool as opposed to it being an object that everybody, you know, everybody's got this mentality. They see a Lamborghini, oh my God, Lamborghini, and then, you know, dollar signs start rolling in. But that's not the case. I mean, you guys work hard to have these certain things, and it's not so much benefiting you 100%. It's benefiting everybody. It's like you're sharing your moment, your experience, your knowledge with other people around this vehicle. And it's, you know, and at the same time, with that little kid being in that car, any type of supercar that he gets into, he's going to refer it back to that crazy wrapped car I sat in when I was 10 years old. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's creating a memory, and, you know, him knowing a little bit about wraps, it might even spark something for him to open up his own shop. And that's kind of keeping the ball rolling for industry or whatever the case may be. I love that. That's
why we tell people on Instagram, you know, if you see us at a car show or anything, you know, feel free to come up and talk to us. We'll literally have a conversation with you, and we can literally chop it up and you know, just have a decent conversation. We're trying not to be, you know, unapproachable. We want to be approachable. We want interactions. We want, you know, to create, you know, good energy.
Right. And you've got a video too, which is kind of cool. You guys are doing like it was like a photo shoot or a video at a location, and then you've got a police officer coming over, and you guys like start chopping and shooting the shit around the car and talking about the car, and then I can hear some ladies in the background talking about, that's a cool paint job or something like that in the background. You're like, oh, thanks, you know.
Yeah.
Tell me how that went down. What were you guys doing that day? Just taking photos?
Well, basically, when we took the car up, it's a bike trail, so you're not supposed to have any cars up there. But there was like a small little ramp, so we were able to nudge it up and get it on there. And yeah, they rolled up on us, and I instantly thought, oh man, they're gonna have us. I was like, okay, yeah, we'll roll it down. You know, I already had an impression. And he was like, oh no, it's all cool. I love the car. We're like, oh shit, okay, yeah, we're just shooting the car. He was a fan of it. He saw it online already. He just wanted to take some pictures of it too, and he got some pictures, and he followed us on Instagram. We followed him back, and I mean, it's just a cool thing that we get. I mean, it's crazy because I was even at a stoplight, and a police car pulled up next to me, and he said, once again, this is. I don't know if I'm just asking myself to get put in jail, but whatever. maybe the story is made up. Maybe the story is not real.
Yeah,
but,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So the car pulls up next to me, the cop car, and he tells me, okay, when this light turns green, I want you to gun it. I want to hear the car. And I looked at him like, no, you know, that doesn't sound like a good idea. It sounds like a setup. And he's like, no, trust me, bro. Just gun it. It's all good. Just don't crash. And I said, all right, man, you know, it sounds like a setup, but all right, I'll do it. So, you know, as soon as the light turned green, I just gunned it, just launched it. And I can see in the background, they put a thumbs up and made a turn. And I'm like, oh, shit, you know, cool. All right, that works. Yeah.
Wow. See, it's not a get out of jail free card, but it's still a cool factor.
Yeah.
Having that thing around, you know what I mean? That's so funny. I mean, dude, honestly, there are cops out there that are legit. I've got a lot of friends that are cops, and, you know, obviously with this whole movement, the whole police thing, and it sucks, and I hate to get into politics, but there are some good cops out there at the end of the day.
Definitely. I mean, but I can give you a million stories of that whole thing, because I am a minority, but I never hold that as a negative or baggage. You know, I see myself as human, and
right.
I move forward as a human, and I know things happen to me personally all the time, but I never let it get to that level. You know, I know what I'm doing. I'm minding my business, and I'm handling business, and I'll get to where I have to go just minding my business. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm from Long Beach, from the hood, same part where Snoop Dogg was born, same part where you know, if you listen to hip hop, most of these Vince Staples, they're all from where I'm from. That's where I was raised, and I have a million stories of cops calling me all types of things and pulling me over and searching the car without a warrant, just all types of crazy stuff. I still have a positive outlook on the cops. As long as you talk to me with respect, I'll talk to you with respect. If you don't, then we'll go the other route then.
Right. Yeah, it's a scary time to be living in these types of, you know, weird situations, and you know, like I said, I hate to get into politics, but like I said, there are some good people out there, and you know, if you're breaking the law, you know, you're breaking the law. If you're not breaking the law, then you got nothing to worry about. But you know. It is what it is, but that's cool. That's a cool story. Let's talk about one of your funnest projects, and it can't be the Lambo. It's got to be something else, because I already know that one was fun.
Funnest project. Okay, I have 2 future projects that I'm working on that are probably gonna go viral too. But I guess you'll have to just see those when I do those. What else? What have I done that I had fun? Well, you know, I think I'll say. What was the question again? You said it was the project that I love the most, or what did you? Yeah,
like the funnest project you've done so far that you enjoyed doing. That was kind of like, yeah, this is cool. I like rapping. It could be even something, you know, so much of like, I wrapped this car and I thought this car looked amazing when I was done. I loved the body lines, or a project that you liked the color that they picked, and it was just a dope color that you liked.
I think it would be the United Oil tankers that we did.
Commercial
and that was only
job.
Because,
A commercial job. Nice.
Yeah, I'll say the commercial job. There's a few reasons. The main reason is that it saved our company. If it was never for them, we would not be here. So I'm forever, forever, forever grateful for United Oil. They gave us a chance. They believed in us. The guy there, the guy doesn't even work there no more who I worked with, but he's literally my friend. And without him and without that company, we would not be here. So I'll say that job. We learned so much throughout that job. We learned how to coordinate a fleet job. We learned how to. We were able to make mistakes and recover from them. We learned just so much from that job. And if it wasn't for that job, I can easily tell you it wouldn't be here. Because even this most recent fleet job that we have now was because of them. They referred us to them, and they only wanted to use us. We were the highest bidder out of some other companies they went to, and they still went through us because they know we had experience with takers and handling fleet jobs, and we were flexible. So, yeah, I think the best project, if I can't say the Lambo, it'll definitely be the United Oil job. Because I'm forever thankful. If you have a United Oil gasoline station around you, make sure you visit
them. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that was literally your lifesaver for keeping the company. I love that.
Yeah. And that's part of being lucky and being ready to execute.
Yeah.
We had both in place, and we were able to execute. So we were lucky that the guy walked in, and it just all worked out. So just forever thankful.
Like I said, there was probably something at some point that you crossed, that something really good happened, that you needed that one job, and it made it work at the end of the day, you know. Now going on the other side of the token, what project was like a nightmare for you?
Nightmare.
Like a hard job you had.
Oh, I could tell you easily. This G-Wagon.
The G-Wagon? I knew you were going to say that.
G-Wagon, paint protection film. I don't think we're ever going to do that ever again.
Done.
If we ever get asked to do that again, we're charging double what we priced. And we charge high for what we charge this person. But easily we're charging double. And if they're not, we'll convince them to do vinyl. But definitely not ever PPFing, at least the whole car. We'll do the front end, but not the whole car. That's just a headache. We're literally wrapping like everything on that car: the roof, the side, stepping where you step to get into the car.
Yeah.
The back parts on the back bumper, just everything, and it's just biggest headache in the world. But you know, we signed up for it, so we'll make it happen, or we made it happen. We're just gonna finish it up tomorrow.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude. There's a lot of little tiny, intricate things on that car that you just have to remove, like the moldings on the side of the stupid door. I still don't even know why they have moldings there. It's kind of like an old school thing, but
it's the same designs for like I don't know however many years. But
yeah, it's just a look. When you see it, it's a cool car, and it looks mean. It just looks aggressive, but at the end of the day, I don't know. The amount of money it costs to have one, and you know the cool factor. I get something else for $150K. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but that's cool. I
mean, if you thought you know vinyl wrapping or wrapping it in chrome was hard, you know, go ahead and PPF one of those babies.
So what's in store for Rap Legends for 2018?
Very big things. Very big thing. I'm very excited what we have coming up. We're going to make some announcements pretty soon, but we have very big things coming up. We have some sponsors. We have sponsors, investors. We have basically anything that we need at our disposal to grow our company. And yeah, it's very, very. I'm very excited. I'm very thankful for what we have. I wake up and knowing that you know. I have a business that now holds weight and people love the brand, and it's creating a good for the community, and I'm able to feed my family, and all from applying stickers is just crazy, and but we have easily I can tell you that we're opening up a new shop in Long Beach. It's gonna be crazy big. We have a lot of cool projects that I can't even talk about yet that we're working on. We're working with a few celebrities that we're going to be posting soon. What else? We're doing a collaboration. We're going to start doing a lot more content. Razer sponsored us. They gave us some toys to play with, and we're going to be doing some videos with some other famous YouTubers. What else? One thing that I look forward to is I just picked up a Model X, I think, the other day. It's our second one. And for those asking why we have two of them, those
just because.
Two easy words for there's two easy words for those. It's called the tax deductible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you fully wrap it, you can basically get almost 100% back from that car. So talk to your CPA about that.
That's cool. Yeah, there's a little tax advice.
But we're wrapping the one I just got, and yeah, it's gonna go viral. It might go more viral than the Lambo, and you can mark my words on that.
Dude, like, let's talk about the freaking story you had on it today. Like
on
your stories on Instagram.
Of the Model X dancing?
Yeah, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, the thing looks like it's gonna fly away. You've got the doors going like up and down. I'm like, what is going on? And then the lights are flickering, like with the beat of the music. Like, what? Come on! Like, I know it was only like 30 seconds, but I think I watched it like 4 times. I'm like, this thing is not no.
Yeah, it's an Easter egg that comes in all the Model X's, and yeah, it's cool. I haven't taken it to my house yet because we haven't had a chance to clear bra yet.
Yeah.
But when I bring it in, I'm gonna show my neighbors at night. when it's Christmas time and everybody sets up their Christmas lights, I'm just gonna have my car on repeat.
That's awesome, man. That is totally awesome. And the doors, man, legit look like wings. The thing's just
they're called
like
falcon wings. Yeah.
Dude, it's going up, it's going down, going up, going down. I'm like, what is he doing right now? That's insane. So cool. Yeah. So you got 2 of these bad boys. So you wrapping both of them, 2 completely different separate designs?
Yep.
Nice.
2 separate. We had an idea for the first one, but we have some sponsors who want to do something else with it and want us to create content with it. So we're probably going to go that route.
Nice.
But I already have my set mind on how I'm going to do this one. I still have sponsors involved, and I'm currently banging on having one of those, on having it go viral.
Oh, I can't wait. And when are you planning on wrapping at least one of them? Soon?
Probably within the next 2 weeks. We're finalizing the design, and I think we should probably get it done and start getting it rolling in like 2 weeks. We're gonna have. I can't tell you this. We're gonna have a big film crew record it. So we usually record on a little camera that we had, but we're having a whole team come in and record it and film it, and because they're very interested in the design that we're doing. So it's gonna be cool.
Oh, I can't wait. Now you keep me on the hook for 2 weeks, and I might be the only one knowing about it right now.
Yeah, it's how can I say? It's cool.
You don't have to, yeah, it's cool. That's all you get, and then that's it. That's awesome.
And I like the fact that we're a rap shop, so we have a good excuse to create crazy looking raps. Because I figured, like, if you had a regular job or something, and you had to justify it to your wife why you want to wrap your car like this, it'd be harder. But we're a rap shop. Our point is to create attention to our brand. So it's cool that we have an easy excuse on why we rap.
Yeah.
The car is crazy. But, yeah, it's going to be a cool car.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
William, is there anything that you want to talk about that I may have overlooked or didn't bring up during our convo?
Not that I could think of. I think we talked about a lot, or enough at least. Yeah, I get at least 30 DMs a day right now, and I get a lot of them of like advice on starting a company or starting a rap company. What can they do to get more out there?
Yeah.
But I think it's all one key thing is your network. You know, we started with no network at all. We didn't know anybody in the car industry. We didn't know anybody. Was just try to build legitimate relationships. When we talk to people, if they haven't seen the car or seen who we are, we don't even bring that up. We just talk to them as a regular person, and naturally we grow that relationship and just you know, make sure you build a relationship with them and be cool with them. Even if they don't send you any work, make sure you stay in touch with them. You know, it's literally your network is your network is your net worth. I'm pretty sure you've heard that before, but that's really what we're all about. We're all about just building connection with people. We might not do business now, but we might do business 2 years later. You know, it's all a time and a place for things. You know, at the right time they'll happen, and make sure you're there to be able to execute and make sure make sure you stick with it. A lot of people quit. A lot of people quit before you even start. But make sure if you do start, to just keep going. You know, if we didn't keep going, Rap Legends would not be here. We could have easily gave up a few months before we could have any money, and we had to borrow money from our family. But we just decided, you know, fuck it, we're gonna risk it, and if this doesn't work out, you know, I'll never say anything to my parents again, and I'll go get my job back and go from there. But, you know, just be dedicated and be great at what you do. Don't be average. Do everything as different as possible you can. We don't go to car shows to try to sell raps to everybody. We go to car shows to meet people and be cool with people. You know, we'll go to random events. If there's a celebrity basketball game, we'll go to that event and get to know people there. And that's how we're starting to do more celebrities. We're go to places where people usually don't go to sell raps. Just anywhere. You can literally make relationships with people anywhere. We had a guy come up because his son was loving the car. We let his son get in his car. We ended up finding out that he owned 30 restaurants. A pretty big restaurant. I'm not going to name them, so I don't put them on blast, but 30 restaurants, and now we're wrapping a bunch of his food trucks and stuff like that off of just meeting him and being cool with him. You know, not even trying to sell him anything.
That's what it's all about, man. It's just networking as opposed to going there to get $1 out of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just networking. Giving somebody a card goes a long way. Mm-hmm. Extending that olive branch, man. It might not get you anything now, but let it grow a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
In time,
I agree.
In time, things will happen. I love that. Yeah. And like you said, a lot of these new upcoming people in the industry that are coming up are, you know, they're not giving up. They're reinventing the wheel a little bit. They're changing things up. They're stirring things up. And that's what you have to do. You got to keep the content different. You can't be the same as the next guy or whatever the case may be. It's you got to be yourself. That's the biggest thing too. Don't try to be like, oh, I want to be like Kevin. No, you want to be like you. You can be inspired by Kevin. You can be inspired by William. You can be inspired by whoever. But you need to stay true to you, because if you're not you when you're selling, things work out. It's harder later because you can't put that persona. You can't play that persona all the time. Yep. You know what I mean?
I agree.
You know, so great piece of advice. I love that. Was there anything else that you might have had in mind?
I think that's all. Just look forward to things we're going to come out with soon. It's going to definitely be a game changer. Things that other shops really haven't done yet. But I'm all about pushing the industry forward and being friendly with other shops, even if you're local. Even if you're a local shop around Rap Legends, feel free to, contact me, contact the shop if you have any questions or help or anything. I'm more than happy to help anybody in the industry. I've received nothing but help from other people, whether it's on the Rap Society and I need a file or I need a quick advice on what would you recommend on this surface. I'm all about helping and getting help when I need help also. So, if anybody needs help, if anybody needs advice, feel free to contact on Instagram, on through email, through wherever. Just get a hold of me or any of my business partners and, get to know us.
Definitely. Yeah. Let everybody know where they can find you on social media in your website.
Yeah, the website is raplegends.com. The Instagram account is just raplegends. everything is just Rap Legends. Our Twitter's Rap Legends. Our emails. My email is will@raplegends.com. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, since you're in California, I'm hoping you're gonna make it out to RapsCon this year.
I'll definitely be there. If anybody's listening, if anybody wants to display the Lambo in their booth at the show, I'll be more than happy to do it. Just contact us and we'll work it out. If Avery's looking to get it, that is Avery on the Lamborghini. It's I think 1105. I think on the Lamborghini. So if Avery wants to put it on there, or if any other shop wants to put it, any other company or distributor or anything wants to put it in their booth, we'll be more than happy to put it in there at no cost or anything. You know.
That's cool. Yeah, definitely. Reach out to Will, Rap Legends.
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. I'll be there as well. Can't wait to meet you.
Okay.
Can't wait to meet
Awesome.
a ton of people in the industry. Finally put a face to everybody that I've had on here on the podcast. So I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you pushing the envelope, changing things up a little bit, and I wish you well for 2018, man. I hope the next car goes viral as well for you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you having me on here and being able to represent the company that me and my business partners built. But yeah, thank you.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you enjoyed this episode of the All Wrapped Up podcast. If you liked our content, hit that like button and review. And to stay up to date with future episodes, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, that's a wrap.